The only thing is when you are contributing criticism and when you feel some kind of way, do it in the most positive way possible. Because think about it. Let's say I cooked this grand ass feast for all you guys. Let's say I spent years creating I put blood, sweat, and tears into this giant feast, and then you guys sit down and all I hear is hundreds of people. This is too salty. This is too burnt. I'm like, I spent years making this for you guys. It's not gonna be perfect, bro. And you get, listen, I spent years making this, and you get enjoyment, right? You get to sit down and eat for hours. Let's say you get to eat 200, 300 hours. You get to eat from that food. You're still eating, bro. And most of it's good food. It's just little things here and there. Like I overcooked the beans, or I burnt the top of the macaroni, just here. And guess what? All I have to do is, scrape the top off, and I fix it. I wasn't thinking about that because while I was making this grand feast, I had to work about potatoes and greens and cabbage, and I had to worry about ribs, and I had to worry about so much. My bad if I overcooked your mashed potatoes a little bit, bro. Let me fix it.
This man's analogy.
Give me a second to fix it. You still get to eat. Even if the mashed potatoes are burnt right now, bro, there's 100 different foods to play with until then and eat. Listen, let me tell you something. You trust my word, right? I don't bullshit what I say. Okay, I'm telling you, just because they don't say it does not mean they know. Think about it right now. Just think about anything that's said publicly, even from YouTubers. If I say something, look at all the backlash it gets. Imagine if the people in charge of that say something. If they mention anything, it's gonna cause an uproar. You feel me? So right now they have their eyes on everything.
Not even that. Because they don't gotta say, "Oh, we're gonna."
I know.
This or that. They can just be like, "And guys, we've been seeing your complaints about this."
No, see, even that saying that, even saying that, it's but like for example, let's say I'm on state of the game, and then I'm a developer. I'm like, you guys, we've been hearing you guys complain that Vector was overtuned or clutch. Just saying that sentence. Will everybody in PvE, first of all, is gonna go crazy. What do you mean? That has nothing to do with PvE. Those people are going nuts. And then the people who rely on it, oh my god, this is what they're talking about. They're always nerfing the ground. And then the people who just don't care are gonna be, coasting. But the majority of people complaining, the most active users on social medias and on forums and stuff are complainers because they feel they have to get it out. You know what I'm saying? It's not constructive criticism anymore. It's straight crying. So the developers like, you know what, we're gonna keep our hands off. Like, first of all, nobody knew the M4 was getting a buff. Nobody knew the MK17 was gonna get hit. Nobody knew that AR's mag were gonna hit. The stuff we knew are realistic things, like they mentioned the mods. They didn't tell us that you're gonna have that nerf. They put it out, whatever their data. See, people don't realize. And then this isn't even me kissing devs out. This is facts. Like if you were in this industry, you know this. People think that devs only go off videos and what they see on the social media. No, they have fucking straight raw data from that. They can see how much players are running. Bro, if they can count how many headshots have been landed and how many NPCs have been killed, you don't think that they know what weapons are the most used on a data scale? Not necessarily YouTubers, on a data scale. Yeah, so I promise you,
of course
they know that Vectors in PvP or in the dark zone, they can see what setups are used the most, and then that's when they tune on them. For example, bro, me personally, I have I don't know how much hours in this game. I didn't even pay attention to the MK17. I didn't even get to use it yet, and they nerfed it because so many people were using it. I didn't even realize it. Right? I'm in PvP.
That's crazy because so they seen how many people were using that and they nerfed
exactly.
It, right?
So everything's in. But that's what I'm saying. They can't nerf everything. Well, Craig, that's what I'm telling you though, bro. You can't do everything. No.
I'm not asking them to nerf it immediately. I would feel comfortable with knowing that they just know about it.
Well, you shouldn't even have to feel uncomfortable because you know they know about it. Do you honestly? Do you honestly think you can walk up to a dev and be like, "Hey, do you know Vector strong?" And then be like, "No, bro." They see those tweets.
Well, obviously
they see those comments.
But
they just can't. You can't speak on
I don't
everything
know,
because
dude. Like
people cry and
I
people
feel
go
you. They
crazy. You feel
probably
me,
under some kind of NDA or whatever for the moment,
bro? I
maybe or
promise
something
you.
like that. But
I promise
um,
you. They know. Okay, they know. I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
all right,
They
well, they need
know.
to bring ARs back to where they was
Well,
at,
that's what I'm
bro,
saying.
or to be
Some
above.
people
You
got
feel me?
tired of the
Like
idea, and
if they're gonna end up keeping that shit where it's at, ARs need to get above, bro.
that's why
Because then
we'll never
they're
know
it's
until
like
they comes.
everyone's being forced into the SMG meta, bro. Especially for them up close fights.
And I'm pretty sure
Or
they know
even
that.
just let ARs be able to crit up close. Like I was talking to Gourmet yesterday on my video, and he said, I don't know, like if they were
Damn.
to make it to where you could crit up close with an AR, it would just be a full AR meta again. And I mean,
It's too hard to
in some
balance
cases
perfectly,
I
bro. You
agree,
just
and
gotta.
in some cases it's like,
We're
you know what I'm saying?
how long we been playing this? A month, bro. It's gonna be a while before they start balancing and really truly. Remember, they haven't even touched PvP yet. Or this is what everybody's forgetting. They specifically said, like, and remember this, Craig. This is what I'm telling you because you're my bro, and I can be real with you. You're frustrated on something they told you about already. They literally said in the state of the game, bros, everybody, we are not addressing PvP yet. We have plans for it. Those plans can include revamping Clutch. Those plans can include nerfing Vector. They have plans. They said, but these little changes will impact PvP. Though the giant PvP balance patch that's focused on PvP is coming. They said that a week and a half ago. But everybody, because they're playing it right now, they're like, oh, this is what they know, bro. They have a whole like overhaul of content revolving around PvP. They know what they got to do. I'm not saying that they're gonna make the perfect decision. I'm not gonna say, hey, the stream's going crazy. But I'm not saying that they're gonna perfectly balance. Who knows, man? Like I said, I would hate to be the person that's in charge of having to balance this shit because people are gonna break everything either way. You know what I'm saying? Like my pistol is strong as hell, bro. That didn't get nerfed. You feel me? And I know it's strong. I know for a fact it's strong. It's like I can sit here and lie and be like, no, it's not strong because I want to keep it, right? Obviously, but I'm being real with y'all. That pistol is broken as shit. But maybe in this PvP patch, what's up, Roar? In this PvP patch, they're gonna address it. Now, the complaints everybody has right now, they're more justified after that patch because they specifically said we're not touching PvP right now. It's not our focus right now. They have a lot of other things to fix. So when they put out the PvP patch, right, after gathering all this intel, which is good, right? They're gathering complaints and stuff. And when they overhaul and put that day after that patch and we're feeling it, that's when you're like, okay, they specifically changed PvP and they didn't change this. Now I can complain about this. Right now, we're in the gray area until the patch.
I know it's coming. Yeah, I know it's on the way. You feel me? I know it's on the way, bruh. But I was too heated last night to see past my frustration.
Of course not, because you guys hate vectors.
Even saying that, bro. Even saying that, bro, it's not that I hate vectors, bro. I just hate that whole play style. You know what I mean? But you know, defenders and all that.
Shout out to Juan for
hold
on my bad.
You know
shout out to Juan for that $20 dono, bro. You a beast.
Like,
Appreciate you.
Go ahead.
Are you good? Go ahead. You good? Go ahead.
You better shout out for that.
I did. I just saw it. My man Juan out here. Passion. So, this is why I'm making a PvP video tomorrow on how I feel about everything.
And they said that So of course they said, you know, Red Storm's we're gonna try to get Red Storm on next state of the game so we can talk about PvP and da. And I'm like, okay, cool. So whatever they decide to do next state of the game, I'm gonna be watching. You know what I'm saying? Whatever they decide to do is gonna make or break the game for me. Now, right now, I'm not saying like I'm quitting or I'm putting a game on the shelf. You know what I'm saying? Or I'm uninstalling because it's not what I'm doing. You know,
Bro, this is exactly. Remember what I just told you the other day? Remember, I want to do the state of the community where I get all the YouTubers and we all talk about this. Yeah, man, I was literally telling them about that. Yeah, I'm gonna start a podcast type video series podcast where I try to gather. I don't know. We get in Discord or something where I get all the YouTubers I can, right? Whoever in our circle of influence, and we sit and we all talk about it. And I let them know. You know, we discuss things back and forth. And I was like, it's not Wids to blame. It's how people said, okay, I'm going to take something, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to take Wids' build that's already good. How can I make it more cheesy? So what happened?
Cheesy, bro.
People, players, not Wids, because Wids didn't post that shield vector, bro. That's the community, the player base said, I want to be even more OP, which, I mean, that's what's going to happen with every build. So they got his build, which is already strong. And Wiz even says it himself. He says he doesn't like the way people are playing his build. They're not playing it the way he designed it, which is realistic. And in that tournament, he wasn't using a shield. So players got the build, right? And then everybody started playing with it, right? It was already strong. And then one guy out of whoever was the first person to fucking put the shield on, put it on, beam somebody, and then that guy who dies like, what the hell? I'm going to put a shield on. And then a widespread. Wiz didn't post a video on the shield vector and defender. I didn't do it. Marco didn't do it. Cray didn't do it. Nobody did it. It's just what happens in this game is there's so many different things you can do and so many different wraparound builds that you can make your way, which is the beauty of it, right? It's a double-edged sword. One side, we get everything we want. We get to make our own decisions and make our own builds and do whatever we want to do. And then on the other end, sometimes those decisions are a little too strong and it ruins it for other people who are playing less strong builds. For example, I feel so bad for console rifle players. Like, you can't fight a vector. You just, in division, fights are like this. You guys are kissing. No matter what engagement, it always ends up you guys kissing. 100%. So, obviously, unless rifles just hit like fucking snipers, it's going to be too hard with people strafing back and forth and running around with defenders and shields for them to play against that. And what can they do, right? Somebody's going to say, well, what if they buff rifles? Okay, let's say they buff rifles to where they're two-tapping you from a distance. If that's stronger than the vector, you're going to see people running rifles with defenders, hiding in corners, beaming. And then if that's too strong, they're going to nerf it. Then they're going to nerf the vector, and then you end up having nothing. So the only thing I can, like, if I was a developer, bro, and if I was somebody, if I had reins, like, let's say they said, Jesimein, we're going to give you 24 hours. We're going to let you release a patch 1.j, and let's see how you would balance this. If I would balance it, this is what I would do, okay? For vectors, I would make clutch only work for health. First of all, it should not give you armor in any way, shape, or form. Boom. It should just give you your health. That's fine. Boom. Vectors, that's for the vector. I feel that alone will make it reasonable if they ended up buffing ARs in the way I'm telling you. For ARs, I think you should give ARs back their clip. You give the ARs back their clip, that's fine again. Yes, that's it. That's just mine. Boom.
What was the reason?
Exactly.
For that?
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. We'll never know. So vectors, clutch should only apply. It should not give you armor in any way, shape, or form. Boom. Okay. Put that, and safeguard should not apply to clutch if it does or whatever. Boom. Defender, take defender out. Honestly, I wouldn't care if you revamped defender to only block bullets in PvP and gave you damage resistance or something in PvP. Do not block raw bullets. That's that for defender. For ARs, like I said, give them the clips. Bro. LMGs are in a good place. I feel LMGs are fucking strong, but if you fix everything else and balance everything else, LMGs are still pretty good. Okay, LMGs. Sniper rifles should hit. Yeah. If you spec towards headshot, you should be able to ideally one-shot somebody who's under 200k armor. No matter what. That's how I feel for sniper.
Another group invite.
For rifles, I feel like rifles should be armor damage. Don't give them that dumbass crit damage buff. Give rifles armor damage. So that their role is to strip off armor. You feel me? Which would be ideally good in a situation if you're running a team comp against a vector. The rifle guy takes off his armor and the AR guy finishes health because he has health damage, right? Shotguns are a hard thing. Shotguns. Yeah, shotguns are designed in real life. I should one tap you with a spaz from close. In division, because of how divisions ran. And you can just run around until you get close, that might be kind of broken. I don't know about shotguns. I feel that would have to, that's for a tech genius.
I mean, but I kind of agree, like, shotguns up close, they're supposed to.
I feel, you know what? I feel within, like, maybe, like, 3 meters, like, I'm talking, like, close, it should be a one-shot. You shouldn't let nobody get that close to you. But if you spec into that, you need to be a glass cannon. You can't be a battle tank running up on somebody. So, that's that. And what else am I missing? What else? Pistols? Okay, so this is close to home, okay? I like pistols. Realistically, up close pistols should wreck you. I feel the optimum range on my pistol build should be nerfed a little bit. Okay, this is crazy. Jesimein, you're saying you want your build nerfed?
Oh my god, you want your own build?
I feel my pistol build should not be able to fucking RoboCop you from across the map, and that's what I'm doing. Literally, I shouldn't be able to like high noon you from across the map. My optimal range should be tabbed down to like, I don't know, like 5-6 meters. I'm over here 3-tapping at like 20 meters, bro. RoboCop. So that's that. Now, as far as how armor and stuff works, for skills, I feel you should not have OP skills unless you spec into skill power, no matter what. I don't even like the idea of a super strong hybrid, because I feel that still takes away from skill players. These DPS people get it. The tanks, that I don't know how I feel about that, because if you spec into full defense, you should be able to be tanky. But if you get too tanky, I feel there's some way to cheese through it. So there's a reason they haven't did that, and I totally understand. Skill players, they should get everything, bro. We should be able to unlock once we hit a certain cap.
But there are talents that can help you get your damage. So let's say you spec all the way into defense.
Exactly, like Unbreakable, and then for electronics you have On the Ropes. Yeah.
Like compensated, where if you have less than 20% crit chance, you get 15% weapon damage. And then you can pair that with Berserk, and then pair that with Devastating on another piece.
Yeah, so talent hybrids are okay. I don't mind synergy. Exactly, synergy is okay. I don't mind On the Ropes. Like, On the Ropes is a perfect example of synergy. You need a certain amount of electronics, right? Yeah. You need electronics to unlock extra damage. That's okay. But not 5-5-5. That's perfect, where you have like for example, bro, if I go to my chem launcher mod and I go to this, bro, with 1400 skill power, you get almost 30% heal buff.
You can unlock, you can unlock.
That's a little too generous for me. You feel me? For me. For me, that's a little too generous.
Like a 70%.
That shit needs to be around like 8. What?
Do you want all the mods to go back up to?
No. This is what I want. I want gold mods that are like 800, 900 skill power that give you 10% heal. Not 29% for 1400.
Okay. Not 29.
1400 is low to me. Like, you can get that in fucking two pieces, really. So I don't like that, because I'm a skill player. I want people to spec in the skill power and play your role. I don't want you, like, the biggest problem, bro, that Division 1 had when it came to balancing with the striker meta, you had DPS, you were unstoppable tank wise, and you had healing and sustain. And in 1.7, where people say it was the most balanced patch, you had Alpha Bridge with ultimate damage, because you had fucking 8 talents, because you were able to cheese the sawed off. Yeah, you were go crazy with that. And you had maximum skill haste. So there's no reason to run a skill build if you can run a full-fledged DPS build with max skill haste. I don't like that idea. Do I like hybrids? Yeah. Maybe you get 25% skill haste and you can hit hard. That's fine. Not maximum skill haste, maximum access to all skills, maximum access to tankiness, maximum access to DPS. No, because then you don't have there's no reason to run anything. Hence why Wiz' build is the most used build right now, because it does everything. 1, it beams. Strain and Berserk beams you no matter what, okay? No matter what. It has a DPS.
Especially with the RPM.
As far as face tanking and tankiness, it can, as long as I'm shooting, I'm a tank. You can't kill me. And then you add the fact that I get my ammo back and my armor breaks, even if it has a cooldown, that's the tank. So you have the DPS.
That's crazy.
You have the tankiness. And you don't even need to use your chem launcher, because you can just shoot. So you get self-sustained heals and you get armor back from it.
I put somebody down to one shot, and this man, like, his crits from our face tank battle.
Yeah, you can't. There's no gun in the game right now, and it's smart. Like I said, all props to Wiz. That man, there's very few instances where, because I'm a build maker, you know what I'm saying? Game peeps game. Very few instances where I'm like, damn, that's another revolutionary build. You feel me? That's a revolutionary build in this game. Like how I felt with my sticky bomb, I'm pretty sure that's how he feels with his build. That build dominates. Okay. My sticky build dominated, and it was. I told everybody, even before I was even really a YouTuber, or I thought in my head, I told everybody. All my homies knew. I was like, this sticky bomb is broken, bro. Like, I shouldn't be able to do this. I'm sure when Wiz first made that, he was like, I shouldn't be able to do this. Like, it's a little too strong. And now Wiz sees how popular it got. Like, it's the most used build, hands down. And it's not because necessarily kids are trash or they're tryhards. It's not even that. It's What's smarter? If I go into PvP, do I want to kill somebody or do I want to die? Okay, let's say I'm just a random player. I want to body people. So if I come across something that helps me body people and makes my experience good, I'm going to use it. And yeah, people may not like the fact that I'm using it. People may say, oh, well, bro, you're using the cheese build. You're not good. It's a video game, so do I really have to prove I have skill to you? That's the mentality of most people, right? They're like, I don't care what you're talking about, bro. It's a video game. I'm going to play what I want to play. And it's in the game. So now the developers have to say,
so
is this...
they run the cheesiest thing in the game,
yeah,
right? The strongest shit in the game. And then they sit back and act like it's based off.
Now, see, you see, that's what I'm saying. That's where the difference is, right?
Like,
you have players, you have players who just casually use it, or you have the toxic people. But that's what I'm saying. Toxics are gonna be toxic, whether or not you body them or not.
He's talking about, I could put on an AR build and smack you. Okay, what happened when he put his AR build on?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So
he didn't know he was blaming it on NPCs.
I know, but Craig, that's what I'm telling you. How are you gonna stop that ever?
I'm not blaming. I'm gonna make this clear. But let me make this clear. I feel you 100%, right? I'm not blaming Wiz at all. He's a content. He's gonna put builds.
Facts.
He might put out another broken build.
I hope he does, because I'm trying to make one too.
Your fucking pistol shit is broken, right? But am I? I'm not.
Oh shit.
Broken. But the thing is, I'm not blaming Wiz. I want to make that completely clear. I'm not sitting back like, oh my god, Wiz ruined the game.
Oh, shit is broken.
Wiz did it. No, I'm not blaming Wiz at all. I'm just kind of frustrated with the people who cheese that shit so badly. And they use drones and they use shields. You know what I'm saying? Like, you feel me? That's all I'm frustrated about.
Yeah.
That whole little play style that goes along with it, and the way people enhance the brokenness of the build is what I'm
okay, what does this sound like, guys? Tell me, is this not
mad at Wiz, bro?
Okay, so this may be this may ruffle some feathers.
Wow.
I feel like certain variants of skills should have a skill power requirement. Oh my god, no, Jesimein, what do you listen to what I'm saying?
What do you mean, like variants?
So look, like the Crusader shield. Yeah, so since the Crusader shield allows you to use a primary weapon, you could buff the Crusader shield a little bit, health-wise, but give it a skill requirement so that people who are running skill builds have more exclusivity on their skills instead of a DPS person just being able to slap it on, because that's what they're doing, right? You don't even need skill power to slap on a shield, and it saves your ass. You know what I'm saying? And same thing with certain variants. I get it. It may limit some builds, but ultimately skills are related around skill builds. That's how it's supposed to be. So it gives people options. Yes, it may limit it. I'm not saying make it ridiculous, but I'm saying if they have to spec more into skill power, they don't get crazy damage while being able to use a Crusader. You see what I'm saying? Like, or the shields should nerf a little bit. Like, just like my man literally said, look, you're reading my mind, bro. Quiz kill. Maybe the Crusader should take off, like back in Division 1, if you use the shield, it took damage off. You know what I'm saying? It because you have a utility, you have to sacrifice something to put something on top. You feel me? So maybe take away crits. You take away crits, vectors can't use it with clutch.
That's how I feel with the shield. Yeah, the shield. That's how I feel about the shield.
Clutch should work, right? When they don't have to nerf clutch. Just if you use a shield, it should take crit chance.
It should go down to 0 crit chance. You know what I'm saying? If you put the shield, that shield should be just like a straight defensive skill. You shouldn't be able to be so aggressive with that
facts.
And have no, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, when you pull the shield out, bro, you should lose all your crit chance.
Yeah, if you take away a crit chance, all right, so for example, this is the problem with vectors, right? They get to pull out a shield one shot, stay with the shield where you can't hit them for at least for that moment, because most people are already in a gunfight. And then they're spraying you, go back to full health, drop the shield, and then they're back in action. That's where cheesiness happens, right? That's where it becomes broken in a sense. I think ARs should go back to where they were. Subs can stay where they are. I feel other subs need a buff somehow.
I still don't understand why they even touched ARs, bro.
I don't know.
I still don't understand what made them even touch ARs. Like I don't
know. Well, that's the thing. I'm not gonna question it, because I know that these devs are actually working, bro. Look how much time that they're spending. This it's gonna change, 100%. Like that's not even a question. Like look at like. Wait, let me see how much it covers you.
Know, bro.
And it covers you more than my reflector,
mad
bro.
At the game just because they're mad at the game.
That's
I feel like
tough.
it's my passion for wanting to play the game and my passion for loving the game, which brings me to be so.
Yeah, and I mean, yeah, facts. And I mean, like I said, it's okay to be upset because people love this fucking game, bro, and it's okay.